Now, this message is about Bill Gates and Edward Snowden. Now, I'm God, and you got Bill Gates and Edward Snowden. These are computer programmers. They're both working together. I'm saying I can prove who I am and why I'm God. I can show that, and I'll probably just do that in another video because it's easier. But the point is here, I'm asking for help in a certain sense. I'm God, and I need help. I can't go to the police. I can't go to anyone else. The story is, like, 6 years ago it was. I mean, I met the government when I was little, so they know who I am. But like, I'm 35 years old now, and like when I was 29 years old, Edward Snowden or Bill Gates, one of them, I think it was Edward Snowden, he put a computer in my head while I was asleep in my own house. So I'm saying he used a computer, and he uses things like understanding to attack you. And he used a computer. He hooked up to my head. And turn my head into like a computer. So he had his computer or his laptop, I think it would probably be, and he could just he had it wired straight to my head, so he could do things to me. So he could like he's damaged my brain. He's done things. He's using something called understanding. So I'm saying the man called Edward Snowden and Bill Gates, they're using computers. They've wired them up to my head, and they're attacking my understanding using understanding from their computer. I believe they stopped me from conceiving children. They're trying to put hits on me, have people kill me by tracking my footsteps, by having me wired up to their computer. Now, what they did was, a few years ago, because I'm God, and I'm just saying this just as simply as it went. Now, since I was little, I knew I was God. I spoke to the government once when I was 7. Didn't really think much of it. When I got to the age of 29, the government started speaking to me. The way that this happened was, I'm not like, I don't have mental problems or anything like this. I feel pretty healthy. One day I woke up, yeah, I think it was either when I come into my front room or when I woke up. I can't really remember. But I woke up and I come into my kitchen to have a cup of tea or a drink or wake up or whatever. And by that point, at some point, I'd heard out loud, which seemed like it was coming from in my kitchen out loud, like from a speaker, but it wasn't. It was coming from my head. Yeah, I could hear inside my head the government. Yeah, or what sounded like the government was them saying that they knew I could hear them and they wanted me to start speaking to them in the kitchen. Yeah, and I knew it was real. Yeah, and it sounded definitely like someone was making communication with me. Yeah, and it didn't stumble me or make me worry or anything like this. I heard something say out loud from my head clearly, but it sounded like it was coming from my kitchen. We want to speak to you. It's the government. And I knew it was the government. I knew it sounded like it was real, and I didn't have any worry about it. And I thought that's quite odd. Yeah, and I thought that's quite cool how that worked, because it wasn't worrying or anything like that. And I knew it was coming straight from the government. I just knew. Yeah. About 10 minutes later, I think it was, a little while later, I could hear people start speaking to me in my head. Yeah, and I said, well, someone just said they're going to speak to me, so I'm going to listen to it. Yeah, so I started listening to them, and these people they said they were the government. They didn't say who they were. They offered me work. What they said was, they said they put a computer in my head, and they explained that they put a computer in my head when I was asleep, and they wanted to study a few things, and I might get paid for it. Yeah, and they said that they were going to watch me from their computers, from their government computers, while I'm at home with the computer that they've attached to my head. Yeah, and then they said that they understood who I was by not telling me, but they showed me a few things, and they spoke to me about a few things, and it kind of gave me the influence or the understanding that they've been watching me since I was little. And at that point, I'd already started to realise that I'd spoke to the government when I was little. They knew who I was. I wasn't too sure who exactly I was speaking to when they started speaking to me in my head, but they said that they were the government. And I know I spoke to them when I was little. Now, they told me that they put gods on the computer that they put to my head, that they attached to my head, like Mother Gaia, different gods and things like this. And they put the computer in my head so they could like study these things and have me study them. And because I'd got older now and more responsible, and because I'm God, they were giving me the opportunity to see all the things that are actually there that I hadn't seen. So they attached the computer to my head. So that's what they told me. Yeah, so they said I could get money for it, but I might not. But the opportunity might be there for me to still earn some sort of money out of this. Yeah, but they did explain that I could either end up dead, I could go to jail, or I could make a lot of money from this operation that they've created. But they did put the computer in my head before I accepted the right to be able to even say, I mean, yes or no, that I want it or not. And they explained that they put it in there in my head. They done something to my head basically, and then they asked me if I wanted to keep it. Which was the question. Now, they offered me the opportunity to basically be a computer or have a computer installed in my head, and there's actually rules for that. Now, when I said that I did want to take part in being part of their computer or part of their programming that they were doing, where they were attaching a computer to my head, they said that I got to say yes or no for it. So they offered me like an interview opportunity basically, and they stood there and they said, well, I was in my house, they were speaking to me in my head. They said that they were gonna come back in 5 minutes, and then they were going to say to me, do I want to take part in what they've offered me, yes or no? And if I said yes without hesitating, they can take it. But if I hesitated while I said yes, because it was all happening through a computer system and like an interview, if there was any hesitation, and it was quite a big thing, quite a big opportunity, they weren't allowed to take it. And I did hesitate twice, yeah. And they can make one edit, and they made the edit wrong, yeah, to be able to even take me on, yeah, for the opportunity that they offered, which was basically changing my understanding, because they hooked a computer up to my head, which leaves me wired up to all government computers, and they can do anything to me. They can have my footprints traced, have me traced by computers, have me chased by gangs, have hits put on me. I'm saying the government speak to me on their computers. I can hear them in my head, and they can change these words. They can make it sound like I'm the one that's saying it rather than them, and they can pass these messages along to other people. And people, before they have the message passed along, they could have read the message. It could have popped up on their computer and come along, and it would have seemed like I'm the one that's made the conversation and said something when someone else has said it. And it's all happening through a computer basically, and it can be edited. And that wouldn't be the word, I don't think, but that's the word that I would actually use. The government are speaking to me, editing words, making it seem like I'm the one that said it, and then trying to have me killed. I'm saying trying to have me killed. I'm saying I believe I've been followed a lot of times. I'm saying it's getting pretty bad. I'm saying, yeah, I'm 35 years old. I'm saying I've done like a few videos before, yeah, because over the last few years since I met the government, because some things started going a bit strange with the army. So I'm saying I caught the government out. I say caught them out. They do what they do. I didn't like some things that they were doing, and they offered me as God to work with them. And I'm saying I didn't like some of the things that they were doing, so I didn't want to work. So I said no in the end. This is why all this has sort of started happening. I didn't want to do the work with the computer that they offered me in my head. After a few years, they started catching on to the fact that I'd seen some things that they couldn't help me see, and I was talking to people about it. Now I'm pretty sure they're trying to have me killed. Now what they're doing is, with Edward Snowden and Bill Gates, these are both programmers or computer programmers. They got like laptops or computers, and they've hooked up their computers to me. And now everywhere around my house, they're challenging my eyes with computers, like doing these things to my head. I mean, it's like the easiest way to say it is it's hard to live. Yeah. So they're trying to make me breathe heavy, yeah, and when I'm breathing, I can hear words on the end of my breath. They're putting words on the end of my breath, and it makes me dizzy. They're doing it on purpose. They've done things. I believe that they've taken my blood. I'm not sure about these things, but they're attacking me with computers. They've hooked me up to them. They said they've taken my blood. They stopped me from conceiving children. They said they've done things to my eyes, my brain. They said they hooked me up to like a computer, like a paedophile's computer, or something like a paedophile's computer, like a network, like a computer network, where people can go onto it, yeah, and it will show that I've been there, yeah, and it will say that like I've asked to have a fight, or I've asked for someone to brutally come and try and stab me, yeah, and some people might read this, a bit like the black internet was saying, or the dark web. People might stumble along that and actually think it's true, and then come to my house and try and kill me. And it will look real, because it will look like I'm the one that's been on a network and said the message, like, yeah, I'm a crazy guy, like, why not try and come and kill me? Like, I might even give you money for it. Like, people are setting up these things, and I haven't said anything. Now, the reason why this is happening is, yeah, the only thing that I can say is, it's because I'm God. Edward Snowden, Bill Gates, they pretty much control things through a way of using understanding and confusing people. A bit like how you would be on top of the police. Now, the police control the system, yeah, but they're not right, and they don't have to be right. Now, if you speak to the police properly, yeah, you're always going to be better and righter than them, because you can use your own understanding as a human being, because you just speak. Now, Edward Snowden and Bill Gates just need to speak words, and they can just speak over anyone by challenging them and basically challenge any law, so they can speak over anything. They're doing anything they want right now. They're using computers to attack me. They're trying to have me put in jail, have all these different things put to me. I mean, they tried to have blood put in my house to try and say that I'm the one that did a murder, because they use a computer system. Apparently they can like edit these things, like edit a bit of sauce in your house or something like this, or something that's like, I don't know, water on your floor maybe. I don't know about water, but they can edit it, yeah, and it can come back, because computers are used to like analyze these things, or tests are used to do analyzations for things like to pick up blood, test blood, yeah. So I'm saying some sort of edit could be done somewhere. I'm saying I know it can. I'm saying it like the way I did, because it's just easier to say it like that. Now I'm saying I will make a few more videos. Now I'm trying to get help, yeah, and it sounds stupid because I'm God, and it sounds stupid asking for that. Now I've got two things that I can say, one funny thing and one cool thing, one not cool thing, but one bad thing, I guess. Now, or something that can help. Anyway, I'll just get on with that. So, yeah, basically, yeah, so I'm God because the story is the Rothschilds. Now I've got a map for this as well, and I'll put the maps up. Yeah, so anyone that wants to see this and challenge the way that I've said that I'm God and they don't like it because people would think anyway this man's God, yeah, and he said it like that or whatever, and yeah, or not even where's his proof, but I'm saying many people are going to look at a video and say yeah, so you're God, yeah, so let me challenge that in some sort of way. Yeah, so I'm not looking for a challenge, yeah, but I'm saying I'm going to put up or anything I can, and I'm saying it probably will challenge you a bit, yeah, it probably challenge me a bit as well, but not in the way that I expect. Or you expect, I'm saying, or the way that people expect. However, yeah, I've got a map. It starts with the Rothschilds. Now, the Rothschilds. Now, first of all, I live in a place called Milton Keynes. Now, that's called MK, and that's because Milton Keynes, people in Milton Keynes just call Milton Keynes MK. Now, if you knew Milton Keynes or places like Northampton or Luton or different places like up to London around Milton Keynes, you know that people call Milton Keynes MK. Now, Milton Keynes, the words start with an M and a K, and if you're going to shorten down the word Milton Keynes, which is a two-worded name, Milton Keynes, you might as well shorten it down. It's annoying to say in a conversation. People just say MK anyway, or MK instead. Now, the funny story is, the Rothschilds they're related to Adolf Hitler, and they were studying the code cracking at Bletchley Park, that stopped World War I and World War II. They were doing that using a mind control program called MK Ultra. And because they used that mind control program and they succeeded in what they wanted to do, they then built a city and put it next to Bletchley. They built the city Milton Keynes, and then they named the city Milton Keynes after MK Ultra, the secret mind control program. And then the Rothschilds birthed me in Milton Keynes. Now, the Rothschilds birthed me from a mind control program called MK Ultra, and they birthed me on the 14th of April 1990 at 12:21 a.m. on Easter Saturday. And I'm saying they used my babies to birth me. And that's what they did for a mind control program. And they birthed me on Easter Saturday, 1990, on the 14th of April, at 12:21 a.m. That is 12:21 a.m., which is a reflection of a double digit or a double or a mirrored image time or mirrored image number, which is pretty cool. 12:21. So I was born just 21 minutes after Good Friday. Now the government did that on purpose. Now they did that because my babies would be Jesus. Now, the government used a mind control program, found my babies before I was born, yeah, a specimen or something like this of them, yeah, and used them to birth me on the date that Jesus comes back. That's the story. That's what the government had done. Now, I found that out when I was 29. Well, actually, I'm 35 now. I'm nearly 36. Well, I was 35 in April. I found that out actually only a few years ago. Now, what else can I say here? Yeah, so Milton Keynes, that was created by the Rothschilds. Now, Milton Keynes is actually a fake test dud experiment Illuminati city. I'm saying that because it was created from a mind control program. It wasn't supposed to be built, and it was created after the study of World War I and World War II's breakthrough at Bletchley Park from the Rothschilds. They did that because they're related to Adolf Hitler, and they enjoy looking at things like war or staying in focus with things like that. That's the best word. Now I'm saying Milton Keynes was created, and Milton Keynes is a copy of another city. Now there's a German city, and the creators of Milton Keynes are German. They're the Rothschilds. Now the Rothschilds used the German city, which is a 10, 9, 11 or 12 lettered name, and it's a grid system city. They took that city and then they copied it and built Milton Keynes out of it. Now, before I was born, Milton Keynes was built, and the houses that I was living at were built. Now there was 3 houses, apart from the one that I'm living at now actually. Now the house that I was living at now has only been built in the last 5 years, but the other 2 houses were built when Milton Keynes was built, which was like in the 65s, 1965, 1970, and I was born in 1990. Now, the 3 main houses that I've had my whole life, they go around Milton Keynes in a triangle, and in the middle of the triangle is a copy of an ancient hill. It's a copy of Silbury Hill, and it's called Campbell Park, and on top of that hill is a pyramid, okay? And from above you can see my 3 addresses that go around Milton Keynes. It looks like a triangle with an eye in the middle, and it's got a pyramid on it, and that represents the all-seeing eye of God. Yeah, and my addresses create that pattern and that eye in the shape of Milton Keynes through the grid system that was created, and that was done on purpose. And I'm saying my addresses, I'm not going to say names, but I'll put up a map. The numbers are good numbers. You've got number 3, number 38, and number 9. These are equivalents of 1, 2s, and 3s minus 1, 2s, and 3s, and a 4. Now, the funny thing that I was going to say is, because I said I'll mention a funny thing, is that God, if you think about it in many ways, to sum it all up, is the easiest way if you go away and think about it, because it just clears the air. I'm not speaking too religiously here, but yeah, or personally, I'm not talking too personally, but yeah, God, 4, is 4. Now, 4 from Marvel comic books and the superhero movie 4, that man, he has a 4-lettered name, 4, and it's after a 4-lettered name, Adam. Now that's because Adam is the creator, Adam and Eve. Now Adam and Eve are the creators. Eve's the creator God, and Adam is the creator. He is God. He's a man with long blonde hair. He's got superpowers. He's got a 4-lettered name called Adam, and he come from another planet. That's how it's seeming. Yeah, a bit like that anyway. I'm just throwing that there. So 4 from the movies. That movie was made because that's showing the impression or impersonation, or is showing what God is, or what God would be. Now that man quite clearly plays God, looks like what God would be, and I'm saying there's no mistake there. And that's God. So I'm saying, yeah, that movie was done on purpose. Now I'm going to make some more videos and put some more things up. Yeah, basically, I'm 35 years old. I'm God. My name's Aaron Cole James Steensall. I'm saying I've been working with the government and the army since I was 29. I've run away from the government and the army. They're trying to kill me. They're using their computers to try and track me down and kill me. I'm saying that's what's happening. I'm saying I need journalists, spies, news agents, police, army, undercovers, anything you want. I've got absolutely all the proof that you want. What I've just said, I'm saying I'm going to show the same sort of things with more proof, and with like, I say maps. Yeah, I'm saying I've drawn maps. Yeah, I'm saying there are some sort of maps that you could throw in there maybe. I'm saying you would see what I mean. I'm saying thank you anyway. I need help, quite clearly, and I'll throw in pictures as well. Yeah, I'm saying I've cut my hair. Yeah, I'm saying I like to have short hair sometimes. I usually have long hair. Anyway, you won't be mistaken.